Okay, I was all excited there. I was halfway through this and realized I never pushed record. So you miss me doing those kind of mistakes, I'm sure. First, we missed out on a lot of complicated stuff. I'm trying to keep this pretty basic, just kind of basic information you may use in your life or either in your soon life or further down the road. Okay. What we're talking about today is number of ways or orders you can arrange something. Sometimes it's called arrangements. So anytime you hear number of ways or number of orders or number of arrangements, this is what they're referring to. Okay. The order does matter. If it's me, then Caleb, or Caleb, then me, that's two different ways or two different orders. Okay. You're going to learn about something called a factorial button if you haven't already in your other math classes. It's an exclamation point. If I want to know how to arrange 8 different things, that means there's 8 ways someone could be in first, 7 ways, 6 ways, 5 ways, 4 ways, 3 ways, 2 ways, 1 way. You multiply all those based on Monday's assignment, number of ways times number of ways. 8 sandwiches and 7 breads is 56 ways. Well, in this case, if I want to arrange 8 things all the way down to the last, there are 40,320 ways. Instead of typing that into your calculator, all you have to do is push the factorial button. There is a button, oops, sorry, I dropped it. There is a factorial button on the calculator. In mine, it's in the top left corner in the brown, so I'd have to use the shift button to get to it. And all I have to do is push 8. Turn it on first. All I got to do is push 8 factorial, and it forms an exclamation point. And then I just push equals. And you get 4,320. It automatically multiplies 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, that button can only be used if you're going all the way down to 1. You'll see here in a moment in your assignment that that's not always the case, but sometimes it is. Okay, the example we're going to do is how many ways or arrangements could 4 people stand in a line? Okay, my 4 people are Blake, Caleb, and Grace. And they're staying in lines. How many different ways could they stand in? Okay, first I'm going to put Blake in the front of the line. And I'm just going to write down 3 others. So Blake, Wyatt, Caleb, and Grace. The pattern you should make is keep the first and second the same, only switch the third and fourth place. So Blake, Wyatt, then Grace, Caleb. Now keep Blake in first place and put a different second place person. So I'm going to move Grace up here, and then I'm just going to write down Wyatt and Caleb. Keep Grace in second and flip third and fourth. So BGCW. Who hasn't been second with Blake first? Well, so far, Caleb hasn't. So I'm going to do Blake, Caleb, Grace, Wyatt. And then keep Blake and Caleb there and switch these 2. Okay, that's every possibility with Blake first in line. That's 6 different ways. This is the long way of doing it or showing you how it works. Okay, now I'm going to put Wyatt first. Well, I'm just going to put Wyatt and then write down the other 3. I'm going to keep Blake in second and switch the third and fourth one. Okay, that's every possibility of those 2. So now I'm going to keep Wyatt in first and do a different second place. So I put Grace and then I just write down Blake and Caleb. Keep Grace in second and switch the third and fourth place. Okay, and then now we haven't had Caleb in second place when Wyatt finished first or stood first. So now we've got CBW. Keep the C the same, switch the W and the B. That's 6 different ways for Wyatt. Okay, so now let's put Caleb first. I'm going to go ahead and write this down. This is part of your assignment as well. I'm going to go Caleb, Blake, Wyatt, Grace. Keep Blake second, switch Grace and Wyatt. Keep Caleb in first, get a different second person. Keep the second person the same, switch the third and the fourth. So far, we haven't had Wyatt second when Caleb was first. BG, and then CW, switch the G and the B. That's every possibility with Caleb first, 6 ways. I'm going to have you finish it with Grace. But as you can see, we've got 6 ways here, 6 ways here, 6 ways here, 6 ways here. That is a total of 24 ways. You would not want to do that every time. There is a shortcut. Okay? The shortcut is, if there's 4 people, how many people could be at the front of the line? Well, there's 4 different people could be at the front of the line. Once you choose someone who's first, after selecting that person, how many people are left who could be second line? Well, once I've chosen a person, there's 3 left that could be second. Let's say I select that person. How many options are left to be third in line? Well, there's only 2 left of those people. If I select one, then there's only 1 left. Okay? That means there's 4 options could be first. Once someone crosses the finish line or stands first, there's 3 options could be finishing second. Once someone crosses the finish line, there's 2 options could finish third. And once that person crosses, there's 1 option could finish fourth. And you'd take from the Monday assignment, 4 options times 3 options times 2 options times 1 options is 24 options, or the 4 factorial button gives you the 24. So instead of writing this out every time, the shortcut is 4 options could be first, 3 options could be second, 2 options could be third, 1 option could be fourth or last, for a total of 24 options. Okay? Like I said, I just wanted you to do this to form a pattern. Now, your assignment down here, finish the example above. I did it with Caleb. You need to go ahead and finish it with Caleb and finish it with Grace. Try to use the same pattern I was going over verbally. Okay? And you've got 5 more questions down here after that. If there are 6 people running a race, how many different ways could they finish? If we want all the way to last place, then you could use the factorial button for the 6. However, in the second example, I want to know if there are 6 people starting the race, how many different ways could you finish first, second, third? Let's say you're given ribbons out in a track meet. How many different ways could you do a first place, second place, and third place ribbon? We don't care about 4th, 5th, and 6th. Okay? Factorial only works when you go all the way down to last place. So you need to use the logic above here of when the race started, how many different people could finish in first place? Well, there are 6 people that could finish first. Once someone crosses the finish line, how many different people could finish second? Well, there are now 5 people fighting out second place. Someone crosses the finish line, how many different people are still racing for third place? Well, there's 4 people left racing for third place. And if that's all you care about, then that's all you do. Now, you cannot use the factorial button since I didn't go all the way down to 1. I don't want all the way down to 8 times 7 times 6 times 5, all the way to 1. I only want 6 times 5 times 4. So you would multiply, and there are 120 ways that you could finish first, second, or third in a 6-person race. Okay? You'll need that knowledge to do some of these down here at the bottom. Okay, sorry this took 9 minutes, but I figured you need the explanation. If you're going all the way down to 1, then you can use the factorial button. If you're not going all the way down to last place, and you only want first, second, third, you can't use the factorial button. You just got to do 6 times 5 times 4. Okay? If you have any questions, email me. Your assignment's at the bottom. Good luck.